if Michael Jackson is still alive, is this even happening?
Probably not,
Why? It's the same amount of money.
because he would have a voice in all this, and then he would have way more support. He probably has connections like that we don't even know about, and he probably could have stopped it. Like he probably could have stopped it. You had that much power, probably.
But people seem to think that. Hold on.
Okay. No.
People seem to think that like just because Michael's dead, that means that like everything, like his whole family is just like whatever. It's like his family is still very powerful, and there's I'm like his family is still Janet, the other brothers, Jermaine, Jackie,
Right. But are they gonna
Tito.
risk their brand to defend like their brother that was a pedophile?
I feel like do they have to risk their brand when it's already on record that these people said this didn't happen? So are you really risking your brand at that point?
Well, yeah, because then people will start being like, "Oh, Janet is defending a pedophile." They're not gonna name his by name. They're defending a pedophile, and we see all the proof there, and they're still defending. Blah blah blah.
I feel like those people were already there when it happened in the first place. I feel like that's the thing about this situation. I don't think it's gonna sway anybody. What I think is gonna happen is it's gonna just make people louder. I don't think it's gonna sway anybody. Like because the people who like my girl loves Michael Jackson, right? If we decide to watch this, I don't think she's gonna stop listening to Michael Jackson's music.
You know what's funny about that? Remember we were at the barcade the other day?
Yeah.
And they started playing Michael Jackson. Everyone started partying, and I turned to you and was like, "Oh, this is still okay to listen to? Oh, okay, cool. Playing R. Kelly next time."
Like, and then that's like my next where we're going with this, or where I'm gonna go with this, right? Should we look at ourselves? Should society look at itself when this comes out? Because this is gonna make everyone should be pointing the finger at themselves when this comes out. Because this is complete like it's hypocrisy. This is like the definition of hypocritical. Because R. Kelly worked with Michael Jackson. If you guys didn't know that, right? So
Their age ranges were different, though.
right, right, definitely different.
That's why they never argued.
That's you're such a genius. You're a genius.
See,
too.
I'll get them when they're like around 5 to 10, and then you get at the teenage years.
Yeah. You right. Remix Nish. So R. Kelly, also a musical legend, has done a lot of hits, right? R. Kelly, this came out in '03. Him and the underage girl on the tape goes through trial, doesn't get convicted, found not guilty, moves on. R. Kelly's career was still going a-okay, right? It wasn't until recently, this I would say like last 3 years, where there was rumors and reports coming out about his whole sex mansion in Atlanta or Chicago or whatever. I think it was Atlanta. His sex mansion in Atlanta and his ability to, I guess, take these girls from their parents and their families and just completely stop them from having any sort of contact with their parents or family and things like that. It wasn't until the documentary hit, the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, that everyone was like, oh my God, R. Kelly is such a bad person. We need to cancel R. Kelly. And it's like, all this stuff that he's talking about has been talked about. Like, no, none of the stuff that came out was new. Why is it such a big deal because it's on camera? And it's not even on camera, which is the funny part. Because, like, you're not watching him fuck these girls. You're not watching him piss on these girls. Except if you have the tape. It's like you're just watching him. I mean, you're watching other people talk about their
Experiences.
Yeah, experiences with him.
In there, yeah.
So I'm like, why is it so different? I don't get that. Like, what's the allure of that?
I think it's just the hot button issue. It's just like that's the people that we're going after in this day and age. Back in '03, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck about like these celebrities doing this shit, but now they do because of stuff like Me Too and just social rights and like men aren't gonna get away with this anymore and all this stuff.
Right.
Which cool, that's fair. It's just a popular thing, you know.
And that's what I guess I'm kind of annoyed with this whole situation, which is why, like, it's going to be an interesting probably 2-week period on the internet and things like that and in the media, because what's going to happen is, let me tell you guys right now, like, the top 3 topics they're going to be brought up. Number 1, this is only happening because these 2 people want some money, right? Which, okay, fine. That's a valid, I guess, assumption. Whatever, right? Number 2, this is only happening because these 2 people are white, which that's gonna be a thing, guys.
It's the only time people care. So.
That this is gonna be a thing, which there is some validity to that too, sadly, right? Number 3, people are gonna try to use Michael Jackson to defend R. Kelly, right, which is gonna get weird because, like, sadly, yes, R. Kelly did do a lot of his all his things to girls that were minorities, right? So yes, that's a glaring thing that apparently because these girls were black and Hispanic and was there any Asians? Probably. Because they were minorities, it seemed like no one really cared, or everyone tried to, give an excuse for it,
right,
and everything, or everyone thought it was fine and everything like that. But
everyone knows minority kids, they're a lot older than the white kids the same age.
Those minority, look at that girl's ass. Look at her, 15. She was asking for it. R. Kelly had no choice but to piss on her. I would have done the same. What? Excuse me? You would have done what? Nothing. I'm sorry.
I would have pissed on her, all right? I would have done it.
I did, all right. I did piss on her. I pissed on her at 13.
In my defense, she was on fire.
Liar, liar, piss on pants.
Piss on fire.
Liar, liar, piss on fire is crazy. But I feel like because they were minorities, it was overlooked, and because these 2 gentlemen are white, it's going to be magnified to a degree that is going to be hard to not use that argument or not bring that up, which sucks because at the end of the day, like I said, it shouldn't be a race thing. It's just right is right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
Which I fully believe that nigga did that shit. But if, all right, Michael did fuck these kids who are now grown men and everything like that, if he did touch these kids inappropriately and things like that, it's just flat out wrong. It doesn't matter if they were fucking white, black, blue, animorphs, avatars. Like, it doesn't matter. All right, it's wrong because you shouldn't be doing
Blue
that.
Morphs.
Blue morphs.
And if anyone uses the whole, like, they signed an NDA that's wrong of them, blah, 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 you're a monster. How does that even matter at this point?
But see, that's going to come up. And that's the thing. Like I said, it's tricky on all levels with this whole thing because I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it just to see what they have. Because apparently, from what people who have seen it, it's like, they got him.